I hope my pen is working. Yes, it is. So we are talking about the Palo Alto Firewall. We have gone through a little bit introduction that what is firewall and how basically we can safeguard our environment using the firewall at the perimeter. So we discussed that we have like environment here and there could be multiple PCs. Either they are directly connected to any other router or going through the switch. First, they are connected to the switch and then they are going to the router. And usually, this is the architecture. First, they terminate on the switch. There also, we have like access switch and courses concept, but ultimately, we are not going to take a networking class. And our focus will be that ultimately, all of these computers are inside a architecture. And here at the perimeter, we have deployed a firewall. It could be a Palo Alto firewall. And that's how we are going to save it from the internet using the firewall rules and the policies. Okay. Now, I just wanted to show you that what are the different firewalls are available. Okay. So if I go to one of the web page and let's say Palo Alto architecture. No, no, Palo Alto data sheet, right? So this will tell you about the product summary spec sheet. You can also use this image. This is also, but let's see what is in this one. So you see that what are the different series of the firewalls are available. Okay. So we have this 200 and 220 as well, but here they have mentioned like 400 series, Palo Alto 1400 series, Palo Alto 3400 series, Palo Alto 5400 series. So here, what is the difference? Basically, the more, you know, the count you go it, the more high-end devices they are. They are having better switching capacity. They are having uh, better uh, connections they can handle. Connections means that how many users can pass through the firewall. So that's how basically the low end and high end devices we are deciding. So what we do, we like assess our environment, right? So what we do, we will analyze. Let's suppose you are an architecture. No, you are architect, not architecture, right? So you are an architect. So now if the top management ask you that, okay, please assess our environment and suggest that which of the firewall we should deploy. So how you will pick up that device, that which Palo Alto firewall I am going to deploy. So how you will assess? First of all, you have to look onto the data sheet of the firewall that what exactly that is providing. So for example, if I open this data sheet of the 400, okay. So I have to download it. Okay. So this is a 400 series. So what are the firewalls available under the 400 series that you can view it here? Okay. So we have that PA 440. We have our PA 440, 450, 460, 455, 410, 415 5G. So now you can, with the name also itself, you can see that, okay, this is a 5G. So this is more utilized for the telecom. Whenever any of the telecom company, they are like trying to use it, they might be using for the security. Here also you can see that the 455, the 5G they are using. Little bit look and feel there is a different in the view, right? So for example, this is in white color, this is in the black color. There are some different ports, how many ports they are available, right? So these things we can uh, look onto the in the detail in the same document, right? So if I go down, so now you can see the details of that firewall. So for example, this is the uh, no table that they have created. So for example, we have talking about the P410. So what is the firewall throughput that makes? That is 1.4 Gbps, right? What is the threat prevention throughput? That is 0.8 Gbps. So threat prevention throughput, it means that whenever any of the threat is trying to detect it. So what is the speed? Let's suppose any of the attacker is using the sending the packet with the normal speed. For example, they are sending the 2 Mbps. Okay. So if they are sending with the 2 Mbps, we will be able to handle it because the our capacity is something like 0.8 Gbps, quite high. But in case these threats are the diverse one, we have multiple threat actors working on that one. And the overall capacity, and they are having the very strong computers, and they are able to go higher than the 0.8 Gbps. If it is happening, your firewall may not be able to uh, detect the threat. Some of the packets may pass through without uh, detecting the threat, or the packets will be dropped. What is the IPsec VPN? So if you have configured an IPsec VPN, that is site-to-site VPN, this is the capacity it is going to handle. What are the max concurrent sessions it can handle? Concurrent sessions means, for example, you have one computer and you are trying to access something from the internet. Here is the firewall. So this is like one connection you can say. Okay. So there could be multiple connection from single computer as well. For example, you have opened the browser, right? Different tabs are opening, or you are uh, installing the antivirus update on your machine. You are using any other internet services. So each of them are counted as a separate connection. They're not a single connection that, okay, you are using one computer, they are the one connection. So each and every activity, wherever it is going to some destination and doing some data transfer, that is a concurrent session. That is a session. The max concurrent session it can handle in the PA410 is 64,000 new sessions per second. Okay. So new sessions means that at, for example, uh, it is a 9 a.m. in the morning. Every user is logging in. So for example, you have like 20,000 employees, and everybody all of a sudden they just like uh, hit some website, or they just switch on their laptop at the random instantly, right? So your capacity is 11,000 uh, per second, and here you have like overflow the capacity 20,000 per second. So it may not be, your firewall will not be able to handle these many of sessions, new session instantly, because during the new sessions more checks are performed. It is like more thoroughly checks the packet. So we'll discuss that, how what are the checks are done being the new packet and what is on the older packet. So same thing like virtual system. So VSys, that is talking about how many it will support. So because these are the low end firewalls, so maximum it is supporting, 1 to 5. But you can just have a look that what is the capacity and all, and accordingly you can assess your environment, that what is your requirement. So for example, you have only 500 employees in your organization. If you have only 500, I think this will also be, more than sufficient. And you have also keep on monitoring the traffic, that is that not your interface overutilized, or any of the packet drops are not happening. If it is happening, always just try to have a buffer in the, you know planning your uh, firewall, because it's not the case that every year you are going to deploy a new firewall. Once you deploy, you forget for like 5 or 10 years, 20 years. So if you're uh, thinking of any other firewall, it is a very good idea to keep in mind the future requirements, that what it can be. Okay. So same thing, we can also look onto the other firewall. So these were like, lower capacities. We can say that 1.8 Gbps, 3.6 Gbps. Let's see any of the uh, higher end devices. If I go to 3400 series, okay. If I go there, so here the devices are like 34 30 10, 34 10, 34 20, 34 30, 34 40. Okay. So what are the difference are there, that we will see at the bottom. But if you're a beginner in the firewall section, okay, if you're a beginner, also keep in mind that what are the hardware models are available. Because whenever you go in the interviews, you say, let's suppose you have not worked on the Palo Alto, okay, and now you have said to any of the organization, or you have mentioned something in the uh, resume, that you have worked on the firewalls for 3 years. Because after this training, you will be confident enough that you can say that you have like 2 to 3 years of experience, or 4 years of experience, depending how much lab or exposure you have to the product environment. So if you have not worked, so it's like very hard for a newcomer to sell the product. Always memorize this, some firewalls like 415, 410, 220, 34, 20, 54, something. So it's not like that you have to memorize everything. For example, uh, interviewer asks you that on which model you have worked. So you can say that, okay, I have Palo Alto 220 and 3420 in my organization. These two I have worked upon. If you do not have in mind, you will just, keep silent. And that creates a real question, that have you really worked, or you are showing a fake experience. Okay. So sometimes we have to, little manipulative. So if you're doing, just always keep in mind that what are the hardware models are available. It's not important to memorize these capacity, but it's a good idea to have estimate understanding that how much, uh, switching capacity, max concurrencies, and something like, okay, not like exact one. Nobody's going to ask you, and nobody's expected to memorize this data sheet, because everybody who is planning, they log into the Palo Alto website and they check accordingly. They take a decision. So you can see that difference here now. Wherever we are handling the max concurrentization, something like 11,000 we were playing with, now it is like 1.4 million. So even we have like 20,000 or 50,000 employee, it will be able to handle that capacity. Even all of a sudden, if they start logging in, whereas not a problem, they will be able to handle all the traffic. So if you're planning, always review this data sheet, and always like keep in mind the future expansion. Okay. So these are the hardware models. They are coming onto the Palo Alto. We also have some VM series available. Okay. The VM series are basically the virtualized machine. Usually they can be installed on the NSX environment, right? So you can see this from the VMware. Okay. So what happens here? Like you have a virtual image. Okay. So now you can say that this concept of like private cloud and public cloud. So I'm not going to take a cloud class and like it's not a too complex that you cannot understand. So that's what I'm telling you. So private cloud is like you are having some data center, like you can have set up like some small data center. You are having some computing machines. Okay. And there you are utilizing this NSX or ESXi. So you do not have to worry, only name are sufficient. Okay. So these are the from the VMware and they provide the virtualized environment. Same as you are trying to, use the EVNG over the VMware or the virtual box. So that's what the same thing, but they are in the large scale and they are the uh, professional and they are the paid tools. So VMware or the corresponding company, they provide the support as well. For example, any of the services are down, you can call their engineers, call their TAC, and they are going to fix that issue. For the VMware, what you are using in the your lab, you cannot call the VMware that okay, my EVNG is not working, right? So that's the difference between the free tools and the whenever you are paying something, you're taking the paid subscription, or you can say the premium subscription. Okay, so these are things are happening. So here, what is happening now? Let's suppose this is a private cloud environment. So in case of the private cloud environment, they deploy the VMs. VMs means like normal PCs. Usually we use it for the servers. Okay, so you like in every individual get the laptops, but whatever the websites or they want to put any of the file in any of the device or some other softwares, they prefer servers rather than deploying a hardware. It's very easy to you know create these VMs, virtual machine, and delete these VMs. So it's like very flexible and easy task. So this is thing like whenever you are doing in your within your premises data center, you have like set up some small setup like that one. Same thing has been replicated on the public clouds. Public clouds are like big giant. For example, the Amazon Web Services, AWS. Now we have our Azure, right? So these are the public cloud platforms and GCP. Yeah, who can forget? VMware, sorry, Oracle is also playing something on that one. Some other companies also like playing here and there. But yeah, these are the giants like they have. So here, what you do if you are spinning a server, or basically spinning would be a tough word for you. So if you are create a server, okay, in the where your Blick infra, you pay for that one. Okay, you have pay some certain amount. It will be based on that how much configuration you are buying, what is the RAM, what is the hard disk you are utilizing, how much CPU and core and you're utilizing, and accordingly you are paying that one. So here, if you are utilizing the public cloud, you have to pay for that one. In the private cloud, you have set up your environment, you deploy, keep on deploying your machines. There no need to pay. It's your private things because you have already set up some money on the infra here. So what happens? For example, you are utilizing the private cloud, and here you have the multiple virtual machines. Okay, multiple servers they have put it here. So either you can utilize your NSX rules or normal features, but for the security, if you are like more concerned, you can deploy a Palo Alto firewall as a VM series here. Okay, you can deploy a Palo Alto. So you can put your download an image from the Palo Alto support portal, and then you need a license. You have to put the key. So everything is here. More important is the license cost. VM, like getting a VM, like I can also give it to you, but more important part will be the license. Certain features doesn't work, right? So that's what the comes in the picture of the VM series Palo Alto. So we call it as a PAVM. Whatever we are going to use in our EVNG lab, that also we are going to use in the PAVM. So this is scalable, uh, easy to use, no procurement cost is required. No, do not have to send it from the US to Singapore or to any other country, from the factory to the organization where they're flying. They just like most of the things are done over the mail and support portal and all. Same thing if you have like a lot of dependency on the public cloud, you have very large setup. Most of the organizations are using this hybrid setup. Like some of them, their servers are in the private cloud or like in the on-prem, and some of their services are in the public cloud. So it is a very good idea for the redundancy perspective. Okay. So in that situation also, like you can go to, for example, you want to go to this Azure, and here from the marketplace, you can deploy the Palo Alto VM, and then you pay for the license of it. You put enter the license here, and now you can utilize the services of the Palo Alto inside the Azure, AWS, GCP, or wherever you want. So ultimately, here is important part is the PAPM. You cannot deploy the Palo Alto 3420 hardware in the cloud or the virtual environment. There you have to be using the VM series. So that's how the uh, comes in picture of the VM series. Any questions till now?
Clear, sir.
No. Okay. Yes. Give me a second.
Sir, I have one question here. Uh,
Mhm.
any companies using this both private and public cloud, or this any company using only for the public cloud?
Usually I have observed like they are using a mixed part of thing. But if it's like new organization, so it just then also it depends like how much you want to spend. Like for example, you are a new organization and you think that okay, I don't know that tomorrow my organization will run successfully or not. So it's like easy way that you deploy something on the public cloud, you pay till the time you use these services, right? For example, you run your organization for 1 or 2 years and then you have risk, you can shut down. No, nothing to pay. But if you are deploying in the private thing, you bought a lot of the hardware over there and now you have to dispose of. So like, but it's still it's like totally your call, organization's call what they prefer. But like usual, I have seen they are earlier there was a trend like before 10 years or 5 years, most of the organizations were like on-prem like the private things they were using. But now because of the redundancy, they're also taking this help in the public cloud. So some of the servers they are on-prem and some of the servers they are in the public cloud. So for example, something goes wrong here, there's a fire. So but still their services are running on the public cloud. And recently you might have seen there is an outage in the AWS because of the DNS. It was also observed in the Azure. So in that case, your on-prem can save you. So it's like putting uh, one extra things you can say redundancy in place. That's what it is. Okay. So now what I do, I take one lab and then like a free, fresh firewall, and let's see what can be done here and how that does like look like. Okay, so if I go to like some of you, I think having problem in the setting of the lab, so I'm little unwell today, so I'll check when I'm free. So meanwhile, you can try to set up, but I have seen that some of the you have reported some issues that they're not able to fix. But I'll not today because I'm not completely well. So we'll take some day, like any of the day, then we'll fix it. All right.
Yeah, hi Anusar. Actually, today I logged in the GCP account,
Mm.
but I saw that it's showing user blocked. Might be some verification issue. I my document, but still
Mm.
couldn't
Okay.
verify it.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I messaged you in just my also now.
Okay. Okay. Sure.
We set up when you guys feel good, then set up.
Hmm. Oh, what happened to my EVNG? Okay, it's gone now. So anybody like having issue, they can contact Babu. Babu is having a lot of Palo Alto firewall, right, Babu?
Yes, sir. We are removing Palo Alto.
Yeah, send me one Palo Alto 2020. So
Definitely,
I will set up and run.
you'll be getting to 22 pieces.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you. So I will now log into the my EVNG 30.200. Okay, so this was like old one. So I will not no, go for this tab. So what I will do, I will take a fresh firewall. So I usually take this one. So what I will do, oh, this is the same. Okay, so let me do the same one, my first lab. What I will do here, that let the architecture be as it is, okay, and connectivity. Uh, but I think you know that how to prepare this diagram, or you're not sure.
So, sir, for better, sir, you can take the new labs with
No,
good
okay.
cable
Hmm.
so that
Yeah, it will be
we
good.
can understand
Okay,
better.
cool. Yeah. So for example, now you know these are the old labs that I have, but you can create a new lab here, like add a new lab. So now if I take that my lab, my Palo lab, okay, so and save it. So now this new blank page opens, okay. And now here what you have to do, oh, you have to add here Palo here, right? So I have this Palo Alto as well as the panorama. So here you have to use your Palo Alto, and it is important that once you are, you know, uh, having that image installed in the EVNG, then only these will be highlighted. So for example, if I uh, go to other devices, right? Let's say this Nokia 7750 or PF Sense firewall, you can see that these are grayed out. They are not in the blue color. So whatever are not in the blue color, my EVNG support these images, but I haven't put it inside the EVNG. That's why they're in the gray color. So in case you are setting up the new one, make sure that you put the image as well. Okay. And I have it here, Palo Alto. And here I have to, the three versions are available, 10.10, 10.25, and 9.0. I'm not pretty sure that which of one is the correct one. So I will just look onto the previous one. The same one I will do it here. What happens, like these are the, no, comes with the, whatever the file I have saved it. Let me show you. So for example, if I use that WinSCP, okay, okay. So this is my WinSCP. It's very large. I'll make it small. I hope the font size is visible clearly. Okay. So now if I want to, check that what is the inside my EVNG, so I have to make the connections. For example, mm, okay, new session. Okay, so here what you have to do, you have to use the same IP address 192 here, what you see, right? 192.168.30.100. So, okay, so here the name is, you can say that the root something is there, but actual IP is same 192.168.30.100. I will modify this as well. 30.100. Okay. So if you are like, the logging the first time, you can put it here in the new site. Once you put it the new site, you can use this as an SFTP, and host name, you can put it like 192.168, the same IP, whatever you see here at the top, 30.100. And here the username will be the root and the password will be the EVE. Okay. And you just log in it. Once you log in, you can see that I am able to open the EVNG folder. So now it is something like inside the root. So I will go top folder a little bit. And here you have to go under the OPT. Okay. Under the OPT, there is a folder as a unit lab. So this one I have like clearly explained in the video that I have created for the EVNG, that how to put in images and all. But still, I'm telling once again, so that you do not get confused. And here now you have to go to the add-ons. So just keep in mind, this is the folder OPT, unit lab, and then add-ons, right? So here you can see add-ons, and here the router images usually are put in the Dynamics. So this is one of the L3 switch that I have put, C3725. One is more than sufficient. And firewalls I usually put it in the QEMU. Okay, QEMU, QEMU. So I have a lot of things inside the QEMU. So I have my ASA firewall, the big IP that is an F5. I have Fortinet, Linux, TinyCo. So these are type of web servers. Palo Alto 3 here I'm having in a 4. Okay, 3. Palo Alto is 3. So you can see that these are the versions I see whenever I'm trying to add 9.0, 10.10, 10.25. Okay. So if I go here and I edit this machine, so whatever the version you see it here, right? The same thing you will see whatever I have put it there. These are the basically the folders names I have it there. Okay. So here I'm using the 10 to 5. So I think I haven't put the correct image on the 10.10, but actually that image version is 10.10, but the name here something like 10 to 5. So I don't know like why I have done that one, but the correct version is 10.10. So here these, these are not the correct version. Here, whatever is coming, it is coming based on the whatever the folder I have created here. 10 to 25. If I rename it to something like 10.11, it will show there. So if I put it here like 10.11, right? So it will show you the same thing here. May not be on this one, but on the new one, it will show you. Okay, it has changed now. So if I have to select it here as 10.11, okay. So you see that now 10 to 5 has gone now. Okay, and save it. So might have like, we'll remove the configuration of this as well. Anyways, we'll come back to our my Palo Lab, and here I open it. And now if I go to the add node, and now I have the Palo Alto, and the version I will select the correct one, 10.11. Okay, it is actually 10.10, but that's why explaining you the chronology behind it and that why it is doing here and there. And now you can also configure these values. You can say that's name I can give it here, the Palo Alto. Okay, I can, like, if you want to change it, it should show something else. You can change it. For example, this is a Palo Alto, but you want to look like a router. You can select an image here and it will look like a router. Actually, it will function like a Palo Alto, but I can only, right? Here it will show, that will show as a router. CPU, I have put it like 2. If you want, you can modify it. It's not mandatory require to modify. And it's like, let it be same attach. That's why whenever I say that you put like, good configuration laptop, because you see that, 4 GB RAM is just like taken by the firewall itself. Put internet interface as 4, not make it very high, because the more interfaces you put it, the more resources it is going to take it. So if you let it be 4, after that one, it creates a problem. So sometimes we go with the 5, not 10 or 20. Okay, don't go with that one. 4, and if you need it, put it only 4. Remaining, there's like no need to change anything. Let them as it is. Okay, and just save it. This is how my Palo Alto comes like. So if I, yeah,
So, sorry, it's totally depends on the model. Like the Palo Alto supported on which how many ports, right?
this is actually the VM series, and in the VM series, your license decides that how many interfaces you can use.
Okay,
And if you
okay, got it.
if you are buying any hardware, right, that I was discussing before. So here your interfaces are fixed because you are buying a hardware. So whatever the ports it will be having, you can see here like 1310, it is having like 1 gig, 2.5, G5, 10 gig, right? So now it is telling that how much hardware specification it is having. It is having uh, RJ45 console port, micro USB. Now it is telling everything here. So this is a fixed one. You do not have a flexibility to modify or reconfigure these things. Even like your SSD, for example, you have 480 GB. Whatever you have it. You can't do anything. You have to buy a new hardware. Now the same, you do not have to worry more here. Here you have a flexibility. You buy license, you can put any interfaces, any CPU configuration, anything on the RAM, you can put it up and down. It's totally on you. You just pay the license cost only. That's it. You're done. So this is the magic of the VM series and benefit. But sometimes you have to, it depends on the requirement that who buys what. So now if I want to access this Palo Alto, right? So how can I access this Palo Alto? That is a very good question. So here, like if you are buying a new firewall, or for example, you are buying a hardware, right? So if you are having a hardware, you have to go to its console port, right? So if I go to one of the very good image, okay, here they are having only the symbols. It's very hard to clearly tell you. But usually what we are using, we are utilizing this USB, okay, and also these management ports. These are the A and B. Okay, we have the two ports. Other one we are utilizing for the uh, HA connectivity from one firewall to another firewall. So we can utilize this our micro USB, or yeah, micro USB it is having, and then these cables. Okay, so here we can connect our laptop. By default, it is having the IP address of, you can say, default IP of Palo Alto. Okay, so you are having this IP 192.168.1.1, and most of the devices are having the same IP address, same common one. Okay, so here you can see that you connect your laptop with the firewall management port, set your laptop IP address to a static IP with the same subnet, such as 192.168.1.2. Usually, what happens that the DHCP is enabled on this port. Okay, so sometimes if you do not, change put the static IP on your computer, even then if you put it like on the DHCP mode, an IP address on the same subnet is automatically assigned to your laptop. Okay, but it's good if you, like, for example, you're a administrator network guy, so obviously you will put in static IP on the same subnet, not dot two, like from 1.1 to 1.254, anything except 1.1, because that is of the Palo Alto. And the default username and password is admin and admin. So this is the case, like you have to connect it on the your management port. So I will show you this one 400 series. Here it will be, might have written. You see, there's a written here as a, this is a management port. Okay, this is a console port. This is a management port. So console port is like you connect it from your laptop directly. Management port, you can also connect your laptop to the management port, but this management port is used for the extension of the management of your firewall. So I will explain like this. So for example, you have a laptop here. Okay, you can connect to your console cable. You can access your Palo Alto firewall. That is fine. You can also connect this to the management port. Not a problem. You can access your on your PC from on your laptop. Okay, but in case you are on the internet, or like you're sitting on your home, right? Your sweet home. Okay, you're sitting here inside that one. Have your, I hope it's not shining too much, or it is. So now if you want to access it from here, because from this management port, it could be like it might have been terminated on any of the switch, any of the router, sorry, not the router, and then could have been multiple routers. It has gone to the internet. Then you have some internet connectivity, and then that's how it is reaching there. So in that case, what is happening now? You assign an IP address on some like specific unique one of your network. We did not like give a public IP here. No, never. Okay, not a public IP, but in your private network. For example, you have like 10 series 10.0.0.0. plus 8 or whatever the IP. So something you will give like 10.24.25.30. Same thing you give it for like routers or the switches for the reachability. Okay. So now for that purpose, we use our management board. And this is console. You can directly log into your console cable and our PC, and that's how. You cannot extend your services using the console to here to your laptop. Got the clarity why we have the two different ports? Okay. So, for example, this is uh, hardware, right? If you this is a hardware, then you know that what to do. You will connect the cable to the console. But in case you're having we are using our VM series firewall, and VM series having a magic. You click it, it gives you the console. So here I will just like first of all I'll start it. Okay, I started the firewall and I click it, and now you whatever you are seeing, this is the console of your firewall. So this is the benefit you get it on the VM series directly. Okay, so this is like brand new firewall, like a new firewall. So it will take a little bit more time. So we'll wait and see how basically it configures and the things come up. Meanwhile, if you have any questions, you can put it here.
In this class, anyone from beginner level or just
I think I'm not treating everyone as a beginner. Some of them like
okay?
are good at it, but I'm just considering as a scratch.
Actually, I'm from beginner level, so that's why I asked.
Okay,
Yeah,
I think
because I have,
most
I have so many doubts. Then I'll ask, otherwise silence.
keep on asking. So that's why we have a class, right? Then if you're not
Okay.
asking, then there is a no benefit of having the live class, right? So
Yeah.
whatever doubt
Thank.
you have, you can put it.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
I recently completed my BTech. I'm a fresher.
Mhm.
I'm doing at Brandex as a network engineer, but I'm
Mhm.
doing network support. They're using Palo Alto Firewall,
Mhm.
so that I'm learning.
Okay, good. Yeah. So it would basically, I always recommend that, uh, uh, you know, sorry. Yeah. So what happens like whenever like you start as a network engineer, there's like always after 3 or 4 years or 5 years, you feel like, uh, some saturation that, okay, what to do next? So we have to move it somewhere. Either you go to the network automation, you go to the cloud, or you go to the security. So it's just like always good. Whenever I have seen it, or you might have also seen, whenever any job openings are coming, they usually ask like network plus the firewalls, and sometimes even they have put some additional values. But yeah, network and the firewalls are like almost combination. So like 70% to 80% jobs are like network plus network security. So it's like a very good move to get into the security, basically the network security, if you are in the network section. So okay, so we have one person and he's saying that, okay, my name is Somnath. Okay, so Somnath, that's good basically. If you have like, if you might have like 3 years of experience, so now you might be feeling that, okay, you are in, thinking that what to do next, or because ultimately the working of the, goal of any of the work that we should get the uh, growth as well as the exposure of to the different technologies. So if you are not learning, cannot rise much. So security is like also booming field nowadays. So it's very good to get into the security. So networks is like basic. You have done your basics and then you can move on to the security. It's good.
Hi, sir. I do have like a 3 years of experience, but like mostly into network troubleshooting
Mhm.
mostly, and like I
Okay.
have like some basic experience on the Sophos firewall
Okay.
and the
So
L2
is
switches also.
mm,
Yeah, just I today I have joined. I
okay.
think
No worries.
is this session is this the first session or like previously also it has
Uh,
done.
I had one session before this as well. So you can like go through it,
Okay. Like
but
where
you
do
might
I
be
get
feeling
this
you. Yeah,
recording
I will
session?
I will share you. You have my number, right? Or you don't have?
No, I
You
don't have.
okay? So you can write my number is here. Sorry, here it is 844 811 6335. Okay, I will put it in the chat. So this is my number.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can ping me. And also like you have no, you can because this was like a session, the first session, so that's available on the YouTube as well. My channel is with the
Okay.
name Fresh Developer, so it's also there. So you can ping me on WhatsApp. I will share you.
Sure, sure. Can you please
So
type in chats?
yeah, yeah. Sorry, I'll type it here.
Can we have a networking classes?
Network classes for this actually, because we are like focused on the Palo Alto itself. So uh,
No, I'm asking about
mm,
previous networking class and recordings. Uh,
yes, they are there. You can watch through those. So this is the my website. I think you can view it here.
we have access.
Yes, yeah, this is a free available on YouTube. So this is my website, pressdeveloper.online. And under the self-learning, go to cybersecurity. Here you have the CCNA. Okay. So you can like brush up your networking skills. These are like very good session based on the feedback I have got from the people.
This
So
is an open website and we can access those.
yes, you can access anytime. So you can
Okay,
build up
thank.
your networking and then get in. Because if you do not have like a basic understanding of the network, it is going to be tough for you to be in the Palo Alto. It will be a little bit hard. You can be learning, but whenever it's it would be about the creating the topology and some different setting up some routes, how the traffic is going. Then you will struggle if you do not have like a little bit background. Okay,
Okay.
cool. So and here in my website also at the bottom, I think my number is mentioned. Yeah, here it is. So you can use that. Okay. So now let's once you are like doing our labs, you're doing your lab and you instantly trying to put your passwords. It doesn't take it because some background processes. Okay, I think I have methods from the Vinayak as well. So yeah, Vinayak. So Vinayak is basically from the Palo Alto. He's tech role and he has something like 6 months of experience. So yeah, good Vinayak. Like you will have like a good learning here in the Palo Alto. You will understand like end to end the things and I hope you will have a good learning. So, for example, now because it has gone some time, so now you can log in your firewall. So if I have like admin, so the default same thing, right? What we have seen before, the default credentials, admin and admin. I can show you once again. Default IP of Palo, right? You can easily get it here. The admin and admin, right? It's written there. So it's like simple. You can also utilize, memorize it and put once again the admin. Once you put it, now it will ask you to change your password. So I will put the old password first, admin, new password. I will put a little bit complex. I will not tell you. Very hard. I'm a little bit afraid you can, you may try to break my firewall. So I will not share my password with you. So now here I am, inside the firewall. So now you have to define the IP address to your management IP address to your Palo Alto. The default one there itself, it was telling us a 192.168.1.1, but here in the VM series, it's like we have to configure by yourself. So first of all, whenever you have this symbol here, you can see there's a greater than symbol, right? It is coming. So this is not your configuration mode. This is like normal mode. You can say you can run some of the commands like source system info. It will give you some details. So here you can see the IP address here. You see that there's no IP address configured here, unknown, right? Now if I source system interface, sorry. Okay, system interface is the floaty command here, I think. Directly we can say the flow interface, and you can see that specific one or the all interfaces, right? So if I give the all, it will give you the all interface details, whatever it is there. Okay. So now the ultimately what I was going to tell that you have to configure the IP address at the management interface. So I will go to the configure mode. You can see that I am writing the configure here at the bottom. Hit enter, and now you can see that the mode has been changed, giving the message as a entering to the configuration mode. So by default, what happens that this IP address, like they are in the DHCP mode. So what I will do, I will make it to the static. I will put like say device config system type as a static. Okay. So this is also like benefit. You might have seen like in almost wherever you have worked on the CLI mode that whenever you put tab, it automatically fills up the command. So for example, you write like S and you put tab, it automatically gives you an option that what are the options are available with the S. Okay. So for example, now I'm going to change the IP address. So the command to configure an IP address. If you have pen and paper, you can note it down. If you don't want, you can watch the recording later as well. Not a problem. So set device config system. Okay, that's how this is the syntax to uh, configure the management IP address. And then I say that what I want to change it. So IP, and you can see that what are the options are available. IP address. And then I have to give that what IP address I want to put it here, configure it. So now here it comes the magic of your networking. If you are good in the networking, you understand. Not good, I will say the average, in fact. Okay, if you are like little bit understanding the average, what I do here that I always use the IP address in the same subnet. So for example, my IP is here is 192.168.30.100. Here I will use the same subnet IP address. Same subnet means that first three octets will be the same because this is the class C IP address, and I want to make it put it in the same subnet. So I will first three octet 192.168.30 I will keep same, and the 100 I will just let's say I put it as a 45. Okay, so this is the IP address that I am assigning to the firewall, and then we are going to give the mask, subnet mask. So here I have to write a keyword as a net mask. Okay, then the firewall understands that okay, now I am typing the subnet mask. So that's why you have to put it like this. So the your firewall understands, but I have to mention that IP address, then give an IP address, and then I told that our net mask, and then the actual the mask what I'm giving 255 255.255.0. Sorry. Later on, you can also give the default gateway after this one or the DNS servers and all, but they are not required. So I will not give it now. So you can see that here now default gateway I can give it, but it's not required right now for my purpose. So I'm not going to configure them and just hit enter. Once you make any changes to the firewall, to not to any firewall, to the Palo Alto firewall, one thing we have to do that is a commit every time. It's like same thing with write command in the Cisco router. Okay. So same thing here, we are going to put it as a commit. So we write like commit commit means that whatever I have made the changes, just deploy or write it on the firewall, and thus I hit enter. So it will write that on the firewall. Now my commit is done almost 98%, and here we go. Okay, we are done. My firewall interface is configured, right? So I can see it here. So system info, if I type, I have to exit mode. So system info, if I type, I can see that IP address, whatever I have given, that is assigned now. You see 192.168.30.45. But how will I access this firewall? One console is okay, but I'm like more interested in the GUI, right? The everybody wants to access the GUI. Everybody loves it. So how can I access the GUI? Console is fine. Here you can see that you just clicked it, the console is open. I'm playing with it. So console, like if you have the hardware, if you have the hardware of the firewall, you might have connected with your laptop and you change that IP address. That's fine. But how can you access remotely? How can you access the GUI? So if I ping it from my machine, if I ping it from my machine here, what is my config? What is my IP? IP config 192.168. Okay, this one 192.168.30.10. Okay, focus on this one, not this IP. This is my Wi-Fi IP, so focus that one. 30.10 is my IP. Can I ping my new IP 192.168.30.45. I cannot, because there is no connectivity of this firewall to my external PC somewhere, right? We should make some connectivity. So there's two ways. Either I can add one Windows PC here. Okay, there is a Windows PC. I can connect this PC here to the management of this Palo Alto. Okay, so one more thing, that whenever your device is on state here in the AVNG, you cannot make this connection. This is only valid for the EVNG setup. Okay, in the production environment, you can plug the cable, not a problem. But here in the EVNG, you cannot make the connection. That's why this connect cable is red now. Okay, so if I want to make the connection, I have to stop it. I have stopped it now. If I refresh it, this will go. Okay, you see that this is gone. So one way was that I can access here, like the interface of my Windows machine, E0, and the management interface of the firewall. So now what I will do, I can like open this machine over there. I will open a web browser. From that machine, I can reach to the Palo Alto. This is one way. Another way we have that I can make this connection outside of the EVG. There is an option of the network here. Okay, so here this is a management cloud. If you do not understand, just follow these steps blindly. Don't use your mind. Okay, add the network, go to the management cloud 0 like this. Okay, and it will show like this network. Connect this to management interface. Why I'm connecting to management interface? Because I have configured the IP address on the management interface. That's why I'm connecting to there. Once you do this, it means my computer, my laptop, you can treat it like a my laptop, is connected to this firewall of the management interface. So later on, it could be difficult for you to digest it because you're not very good at the VMware or ESXi and all. So blindly follow this. Just you have to deploy your firewall, and after that one, go to this network, go to the management cloud 0, save it, and then connect it to the management 1. And whatever the interface is utilized, you cannot use that once again. You see that this is already connected. Okay, so I will delete this and I will switch on my firewall now. Okay, so my firewall is starting now. It will not take too much time this time. Okay, it will be quicker. So I will just grab a glass of water, let it start. It will take 1 or 2 minutes. Like usually in the production environment, it's like take 10 minutes, or smaller configuration take like 20 to 30 minutes, but it's okay. It will not take that much long. So I'll just grab a glass of water and then come back again. Okay, so it has shown me the login prompt, but if I log in right now, even if I put the correct credentials, it will not accept. Okay, so just do not rush on it. Just wait for like 2, 3, or 5 minutes more. It will accept. Okay, let me try again now. Yeah. And even if it doesn't allow you to log in, but I'm sure that my ping will be working now. If I ping it from here, my ping has started now. You see, it means this is like command, no, this command prompt. This is of my laptop. So now I have reachability from my laptop to a firewall which is inside the EVNG. Okay. So this is like we have a VMware inside the VMware, we have EVNG. Over the EVNG, we have the Palo Alto image, but we have that reachability now. Okay. So ultimately, once you ping it, you should be happy. If you're not able to ping it, you cannot open it. Okay. So if I log in now, that is fine. Okay. Now, if I am able to ping it, I'm sure I can open the GUI of the firewall as well. So what IP I have to use? Anyone can tell me?
Yes, 192.168.30. Uh,
Mhm.
you have given 45, but you cannot use the
40.
45, right?
Why? I'm trying to open the firewall, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm trying to open the firewall, so I will use the IP address of the firewall. So I will use the same IP,
Okay.
right? And give the HTTPS. So my connection is sent private. It's okay. I'm happy with it. And you can see that I have now access to the Palo Alto firewall. This is like fresh firewall. There's a no configuration on it. Nothing at all. Only one thing I have configured, that is its management IP. So this is something like asking you to collect the telemetry data. So they use it for like your research and detail other things. Not only research, like some other features also. Data can be there, and they can detect any of the threat if it is happening something. So that can be done. So it's an option. You can enable or disable. Sometimes I remember that I was working, and once we got a vulnerability on the Palo Alto, and they said that whoever has enabled this telemetry data, they are vulnerable, and anybody can execute the, they are like RCE vulnerability. RCE is known as the remote code execution. They can put in any arbitrary code use if their telemetry is enabled. Then everybody disable the telemetry. Overnight, everybody are getting an email from the Palo Alto. So it happens. Sometimes you take an advantage of a feature, but that becomes a bad actor. So that's how like we have reached to. I have explained this dashboard, so you can look it very easy, not a complex one. Okay, you can look onto the GUI how that looks like. You can explore by yourself as well. So we have like more important part is like our policies. We have the two policies like intrazone and interzone default. So I will explain these in the detail in the upcoming sessions. So I will like stop it today till time. So you can try your lab. At least you should reach up to the open the GUI here. Once you have free time, you can take help of like that GPT or any of my video or like troubleshoot, or like we can connect because I'm not in good shape today. Otherwise, I would have like took some of the lab today as well. But yeah, well, in the upcoming session, I will help you to set up the labs on your PC.
Yeah, sure,
So,
sure. And anybody in
mm,
this class
mm,
who have like the experience or the setup on the EVNG?
yeah, anybody's having issues setting up the lab except Hari? Anyone else?
I think Babu have lots of experience on the Palo Alto firewall because
Because he,
nowadays he is removing a Palo Alto and deploy any others.
No, Palo Alto is also there, but the old one we are replacing, and because of
Okay.
like some government things, like the logs are saved in the US servers. That's why
mm,
they're not changing that one. That's why we are going to Fortinet.
mm, mm,
So it's good. Palo Alto good only. It's a
Mhm.
good firewall, but because of some government reasons, we are moving out.
mm,
Basically,
Yeah,
our
that
actually,
is
my
insurance
previous
company.
organization, my previous organization, they used only the 40 gate firewall, and all
Correct.
once I joined, just remove for the Palo Alto and they deploy for the 40 gate firewall.
Correct. Correct. People are
Yeah.
doing that. Like government restricting that, like the data going from the UAE region to another region.
Okay.
That's why.
okay. Perfect. So I think some of you have already enrolled for all these classes, and some of you like if have not, that then I will explain you that how you can do it a little bit details.
Yeah. Then we will catch up in the next
Yeah,
class.
like
Yeah.
whoever is like already enrolled, they can go ahead. Yeah.
What is the first step to be taken for installing to set up this
The
lab?
yeah. Okay. So what you can do, like first of all, we like install the VMware. Okay. This is the VMware I'm like utilizing here. You see that this is a ENG VMware workstation. You can also utilize the uh, virtual box that can also work in the same way. Okay. And once you have that virtual Oracle VirtualBox or the VMware, then you can go to the EVNG website and download the EVNG. This is also like free of cost. You can download the EVNG images, EVNG setup. Once you have that EVNG setup ready, you can download it from here, the community edition one. Okay. Once you have done that, you have to put the images inside the EVNG of the Palo Alto or Cisco routers or the FortiGate, whatever it is. So for that, you can go to my video that I will share you. So here, if you go like EVNG, there's two videos there. This is on the Google Cloud. If you want to use the in the Google Cloud, and this is for the VMware workstation, like on your PC. So here I have explained that how to set up this lab. So the step is clear: VirtualBox or VMware, then EVNG, and then the images. So that how to do that, that I have explained here in the video. I can put it in the
Okay,
chat
thank
also.
you.
Yeah.
Whether EVNG is better
Uh,
or like GNS3 will be better.
I think EVNG is much better because GNS3 is like little bit. I have seen that sometimes it hang up or something. So
Sir, I have EVNG setup PDF,
mm,
so
mm,
I had just pasted on the chat.
okay, I'll
Yeah,
just
anybody can download it.
okay, okay. This is good. Yeah. So this is and About the enrolling and all that, I will give you the details. So you can use this link to enroll for the classes. Here I have also mentioned that the timing is almost same, like 8 to 10 on the weekend. So from the tomorrow onwards, like whoever is enrolled, that will be having the classes. So only the two classes I thought to, include all the guys, and then we'll only go with the enrolled ones. So you can enroll it from the link I have provided. I can show you here as well. Okay, so you can use it. Okay. So the first last session we had on the 1st November, so that is it is, and the class timings like 8 p.m. to 8 to 10, and this is going to be covered in the 2 months, almost 30 hours we are going to have it, and these are the topics that we are going to cover in detail. So if you have any questions, feel free to connect on this number. This is my WhatsApp number at the bottom. We can happy to connect. Okay.
Yeah, what is the difference between Strata Cloud and this uh, Palo VM?
So this VM and Stratla as like it's like you can say the cloud manager type of thing. Whenever you have that Strata, right? So this is a cloud manager, and this is if you can say like we have the Panorama, right? So in the Panorama we deploy multiple firewalls. We manage the firewalls through the uh, you can say our through the Panorama. So now you can say the Panorama is going to be our Strata manager, new type of term that has been introduced. You can say that the Strata is Strata is a replacement of the Panorama.
Okay.
Any more questions? Else we can wind up the session. We will meet tomorrow, same time.
Sure. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Tomorrow, tomorrow class will be same this time.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Yeah.
Okay, thank you.